Hello everyone, Darkside Phil here, and welcome to another edition of the Hateful Truth review series where I give you maximum truth and minimum bullshit when it comes to today's latest video game releases. And today's review is going to cover a game that when I first heard about it I was incredibly hyped, okay? I'll be honest, I love the studio that made this game because they made two of my favorite games of the last console generation, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Which I thought were amazing. They were groundbreaking. They kind of almost revolutionized the zombie genre at the time, and I enjoyed them thoroughly. So when you have a studio that hasn't done anything for a significant amount of time, and you hear that they're, again, going outside the box, they're going to try to do something completely different, you say, wow, this sounds really cool. I wonder how it's going to turn out. This is a game that I've been following for a year and a half, 2 years since it was first announced, and everyone's been excited and hyped for it. And a few months ago, I actually had the privilege in the late fall of 2014 to play the alpha of this game, due to getting an invite. And I played it and I really enjoyed it. And I said, wow, this is cool for an alpha. This is a great taste of what the retail game is going to be. And I even tweeted about this game in particular on Twitter, and I said, as long as this game has enough content to support a retail release, I think that this is going to be an outstanding game. It could be a Game of the Year contender for 2015. To which people literally responded to me and said, Phil, aren't you aware that most of the stuff that's in the alpha is the full retail game? That they're really not going to add that much more? To which I said, what? So before we get too ahead of ourselves, the game that I'm talking about is Evolve, made by Turtle Rock Studios. And I played the PlayStation 4 version, and I want to say this up front. Some games have no difference between console versions. In this case, this version apparently gets the upper hand because it actually runs at 1080p resolution, while on the Xbox One it only runs at 900p. Now, from what they're saying, maybe there's an extra piece of DLC on Xbox One. I'd rather get the version that has the superior visuals, and this one, by the numbers, has the better visual appeal, okay? But that being said, that doesn't really mean anything, okay? When I tweeted about the alpha of Evolve months ago, people responded to me and said, Phil, well, the game is 4 hunters and 1 monster. That's the premise of the game. That's all it is. There's no, story-based campaign. There's no mode where you're not fighting the giant monster, okay? It really is the premise of 1 monster being hunted by 4 people. And when I played the alpha, I had the opportunity to play as the original, the base monster called Goliath. He's the melee-based monster. And I had played with a ranged attack monster that uses primarily projectiles called the Kraken. And I had said, wow, I really like the monsters. I play as the humans. I like them. I didn't get the chance to unlock any of the newer humans or hunters in the game because I didn't play the alpha that much. But I said, I'm really excited to get my hands on the retail version of this game. I can't wait to see all the new modes and all the content that they're going to put into it. And people on Twitter literally responded at the time and said, but Phil, you realize that the alpha is more than 2/3 of the retail game, to which I was like, what? And I even remember responding saying, no, this game needs like 8 monsters, a ton of monsters, a wide variety of characters. This will become one of the best games of the year. So time passed on, and the beta was released a few weeks ago, and I skipped at that, and I said, I don't even want to play the beta. I'm afraid if I play the beta, if what people are saying is true, when I buy the retail game, I'll be so spoiled it won't even seem like a fun game anymore because I'll have played everything already. So here it is, the $60 retail version of Evolve. What do you get in the retail version of Evolve? You get 3 monsters, you get 12 hunter characters, okay? And if you pre-ordered the game, you will get a DLC code for a 4th monster free of charge at a future date. Alright? There's a season pass available for the game that will unlock 4 further hunters and give you a bunch of skins for the monsters in the game. And that's it. And that apparently, from what is being said, is the extent of the game. Now, there may be new game modes and maps added at a future date, but that's the game. Alright? So I have to say this. You have to draw the parallel between Evolve and games from 2014 like Titanfall and Destiny. We're talking games that primarily focused on you going online with a group of friends, teaming up to fight an opposing force, right? Basically online required, because if you don't have the online component and you're fighting bots, it's going to be a way worse experience. And relying on the fact that you're going to have a dedicated group of people who want to get into the game, want to play it all the time, and you get hooked on this competitive, you know, multiplayer, whether it's as the monster or as a team of hunters cooperatively working together and communicating to do so. And that's the catch of the game. I have to, at this point, after going through Titanfall and Destiny last year, which were both incredibly hyped and ended up being incredibly underwhelming experiences, and now with Evolve, I have to ask this question. I have to pose it both to you, the viewer, to gamers in general, and to game developers. Is there a real market for a game with no campaign, multiplayer only required, and a limited amount of content just because you get hooked on the competitive aspect of the game? Okay? I don't know. I mean, I think of other games where they have very limited... What other games don't have story-based campaigns? Fighting games, right? Usually, if it has a story, it's very piecemeal or very not like an afterthought. But usually when you buy a fighting game, you get 16 to 20 characters when you buy it, and they all have a wide variety of combat. Usually there's training modes, online multiplayer, right? There's stuff to do in a fighting game. And, you know, I look at Evolve, and I say 12 fighters, 3 monsters, and I believe there's 12 maps at launch, which we're going to talk about because I'm going to be honest with you guys about the maps as well, and 4 game modes. Is that enough for $60 for a retail game? Okay. So let's talk about it first of all. The monsters are varied. You've got a melee-based monster called Goliath, you've got a projectile-style monster called the Kraken, and then you've got a almost stealth, fast-moving monster that's very weak, but has the ability, I think of him as kind of like the thief or the what's the word? Assassin of the game, where he's a much faster pace. I only fought him once, and he killed me almost instantly the first time I saw this monster. I didn't know what was going on, okay? And that's it for the monsters right now. The hunters, you got 4 classes. Artillery or assault, alright, which is basically heavy weapons based. You're going to try to deal as much damage as possible. You've got medic, you're going to heal your team, keep them alive, but also tranquilize and create weak spots on the enemy monsters. You've got support, which is there to put up a shield over critical members, for example, your healer, if your healer's getting attacked, but also has some really awesome abilities, like in some cases you can have a UAV go out and find the monster halfway across the map. Other cases you can do an orbital strike on the monster, which does tons of damage if they're staying stationary. And then you've got the tracker, which, in all honesty, is probably the most critical of all of them, because the tracker has an ability to trap the monster in a small area. And once the monster's trapped, now your team can go to work and actually try to take out this monster. All right. Reminds me very much of Team Fortress, right? Team Fortress 2 in particular, where you've got your class-based combat, and everyone has to work together as these classes to get success, alright? And that's why communication is key. If you play as the hunters, and you're trying to play this game online, and you have no voice communication, you're pretty much fucked, alright? Because if there's no voice communication, you don't know who's got to do what. Oh, where's the monster? It's very hard to keep track. Yeah, you can set waypoints with your thumbstick, but that's not the equivalent of, oh, he's way far to the left, right here where I'm placing this waypoint right now, bonk. Oh, let's trap him right now, throw the trap, and the trapper will throw the trap. That's critical. It's critical to the success of the hunters. So I'm going to tell you right now, from my personal experience, if you try to play this game online, random matchmaking with random people, you will hate this fucking game. You need to have a team of intelligent, cooperative people who are going to be communicating during the course, or you will fail miserably to anyone who even has half competence using a monster. Alright? And that's a detriment. I'm going to be honest, that's a detriment. That basically means there's no random online gameplay of this unless you're going to play as the monster who's by themselves. Because if you have a team that's not communicating or not competent, you will lose every time and you will hate the game. Alright, it was night and day when I played this game. One night, random matchmaking, and then another day when I teamed up with viewers who were all voice communicating. Totally different experience, alright? As the monster, the game is drastically different, because instead of all being about find the monster, hunt the monster, you have different objectives. In some game modes, you're going to be destroying things, alright? You need to destroy a few power generators to win. In some, you have to hatch eggs or defend eggs to create minions who are going to go out and are going to attack the humans, okay? So really, the variety of gameplay more so comes in when you're the monster rather than the human, alright? And the monster's different. He's a solo. He's not worrying about cooperating with everyone. It's based solely off of your choices and your performance, how you do. So that's more of, okay, if I want to play the game randomly and I don't have a team of friends, I'll jump on and randomly play as the monster, alright? That was a lot of fun. I'll be honest, overall, I enjoyed both playing solo as the monster, and I enjoyed playing with people who were voice communicating. I hated playing random matchups. I thought it was terrible. Let's talk about the graphics. They're really good, okay? Gorgeous, detailed. You're going to see lots of motion. You're going to see tons of detail, lush environments. The random enemies that are spawned for the monsters, excuse me, for the humans to avoid and or, you know, basically not get insta-killed by them are really nicely camouflaged and nicely done. I like that, alright? The sound is eh. The one cool thing that I would say is using surround sound headphones, you can hear where the monster is close to you, especially when it's in stages of evolution, which we'll talk about. And I like the sound of the game. It's nothing to write home about, but the atmospheric surround sound was pretty nice. The story of the game, there is none. There's no story. Like I said, this is just like Titanfall, Destiny. No real core story, even though Destiny pretended it had a story. The story was terrible and cliche, and no one cared about it. This has nothing. They don't even bother. You're on a planet, the humans are getting attacked by these monsters, get the monsters. And that's it, alright? Outside of that, let's talk. As humans, you're going to be trying to work together based on your class to survive. Your support guy will have to be supporting your team, whether it's finding the monster halfway across the map, putting out barriers, the medic needs to heal the team, etc. Again, without that core teamwork mechanic, you're not going to get very far. Now, you start with 4 characters. As you progress with those characters, you'll earn experience points for dealing out damage and or effectively using your ability. So for example, if you're the medic, if you tranquilize the monster a certain number of times, you'll level up that ability. If you heal someone a certain amount of times, you'll level up that ability. Once all your abilities hit level 1, you unlock the next character in your tier. So maybe the tier 2 medic. Now the tier 2 medic has some interesting abilities that are different from the tier 1. He has the ability to, if someone's downed by the monster, can instantly resurrect them and they can get back on their feet, okay? So it's cool to be able to play and unlock the next tier of character, and there are 12 in total at launch, alright? But ultimately, what you're going to find is that you're going to question, why do I have to do that? Now, I'll be honest, I'm a gamer who started in the 1980s, right? That's when I was born, and I've been playing games ever since. And I understand that in the 1980s and 90s, when you bought a video game, alright, there was limited amount of stuff that you could store, whether it was a floppy disk, a cartridge, a CD. And so what game developers would do, and this was a historic practice with video games, have hidden content in the game, so maybe there's a new character, but to get that character you have to do certain requirements or find certain secrets or whatever to unlock that character, and then you can play as the character. And in those times, it was like a sense of accomplishment. You could say, yes, finally, after playing this game for hours, I did this accomplishment or whatever, and I unlocked the new character, and now I can play as the character. And it added replayability to a game where otherwise you couldn't fit more content on the disc or on the cartridge. That's why they had those unlockables, to add more hours of replayability to the game. In 2015, you don't fucking need that anymore. In 2015, when I spend $60, I want to play as those 12 characters at launch. There's only 3 monsters. I want to play as the 3 monsters when I go home from the game store. I don't want to have to repetitively grind, especially if, let's say, for example, it's a character class or a version of that character you don't like. What if you're not the kind of player who likes to play with a melee-based monster? You like, oh, I like ranged combat, more stealth-based combat. That's my style of gameplay. You have to grind with the melee-based monster for hours to unlock those achievements so that you can unlock the better monsters. And it's like, why? I paid you already. And this is 2015. It's not that you had limited content on the disc, right? Limited space, that you couldn't put more content. You're inflating the length of your game by forcing me to do achievements to unlock further stuff. And let's be honest here, a lot of people have been saying this about the game. If that requirement wasn't in the game, to have to use your abilities a certain amount of times to unlock the next tier character or the next tier monster, most people would probably play the game and be bored of it within hours. Because let's face it, the game has 12 maps, alright, that rotate around. The game has 4 game modes. The game modes, just so you know, Hunt, where it's just humans versus monster. The goal for the humans is to kill the monster. The goal for the monster is to kill the humans, or at the end, destroy a power relay. There's Defend, where the goal for the monster is to destroy these 3 power generators throughout a stage. The goal for the hunters is to defend those and or kill the monster. There's Rescue, in which the the hunters are looking for human survivors that are downed around the map. They revive them and then they have to get them to an extraction point. The goal is the monster is to level up and then attack the humans and try to kill the survivors before they can escape. And the final version is Nest, where there's eggs already laid all over the map, and your goal as the monster is to hatch those eggs and create minions so that you and your minions can attack the hunters and kill them. The goal of the hunters is to break all the eggs, okay, or kill the monster. But you understand what I'm saying. 4 basic game modes that are all variations on the same kind of vein. Kill the fucking monster, right? 12 maps that, I'll be honest with you guys now, the maps aren't that varied. I'd say out of all the maps, I've played on all of them. I played the game for 3 days straight, probably around 11 hours of gameplay. Out of all of the maps, I'd say maybe 2 are any different. There's one map called Aviary where there's 2 halves. One half is winter-based where there's snow, and the other half is jungle-based, and there's a bunch of these large towers where these birds are encaged, separating them. That's kind of different. And there's one other map where it's mostly city-based, where it's, even though there's no real humans around, there's all kinds of structures that you're constantly climbing. Outside of that, you're in the fucking jungle, there's going to be rocks, there's going to be waterfalls, there's going to be trees, and you're looking for the monster, or if you're the monster, you're hiding from the humans or looking to sneak attack the humans. And that's it. The variety to 12 stages, but the stages are almost the same. When it really comes down to it, it's not a big variety of gameplay. Even though they may look slightly different, they're all basically the same gameplay, and it doesn't add anything to the game to have 12 maps, quite honestly. And so, with the limited amount of monsters in the game and the limited amount of characters at launch, right, if you didn't have to spend time to unlock them, you would probably play this game and see everything within a couple of hours. And I really feel that's why Turtle Rock said, we have to hide our content behind a wall somehow to make the players get more gameplay out of the game or play more to unlock that. Because I'll be honest with you guys, some people probably would say, just don't even play the game, rent it, play it for a weekend for a few hours, you'll see everything, and then get rid of it, right? But now you're like, oh, you can't. You have to play it for 16 to 20 hours to unlock everything, so you can't just rent it. You have to buy the game, right? Or rent it repeatedly, and who's going to do that? So I honestly think Turtle Rock thinks they're smarter than you. They do. Hide the content behind these silly requirements. Use a certain ability a certain amount of times to unlock the next character. And it ends up being, especially in the case of the third monster, it's annoying as shit because there's this one ability the Kraken has called mines. And the only way the mines are effective is if you can lure the humans into a certain area and they're stupid enough to walk in and fall for the mines. Primarily when you're the monster, you're going to go all out melee, try to kill them, or laying out your most powerful attacks, and the mines aren't really that powerful. So the mines take a ridiculous amount of usage to hit this level achievement so you can unlock the third monster. And I played with the Kraken for over 3 hours, didn't get there. I said, I don't want to play with the Kraken anymore. I'm done. I don't want to repetitively have to play the same fucking thing over and over and over to unlock the next thing. I should have it. I paid for it. I should have it now. And that's the problem. It's 2015, it's not 1992, where you had limited space on your game, so you had to create those paywalls, or time walls in this case, in order to get to the next level. No, it should be available. And the problem is they were hiding the fact this game doesn't have a lot of content, alright? So, overall, the game is fun. Don't get me wrong. Again, just like Titanfall and Destiny last year, if you have a dedicated group of friends who you're going to play this game with, you're probably really going to like it. But, is that enough in 2015 to sell the game for $60 with only 4 game modes, 12 maps, most of which are incredibly repetitive or similar, a limited amount of hunters, and only 3 monsters? Now here's the other big thing, and this is what pisses me off. This is the elephant in the room that almost no one's talking about, and I'm pissed about it, and I'm going to bring it up in this fucking review. There's a 4th character, as I told you. If you pre-order the game, there's supposed to be a 4th monster. Oh, but that monster's coming out at a future date called the Behemoth. That's nice, but the game's out now. Where the fuck is the monster? Why do I have to wait? I'll tell you why you guys have to wait. Do you really think it's because they couldn't get that monster ready for launch? No. It's because they don't want you to trade in the game right away. They want you to feel that, oh, well, you waited, you played the alpha, you played the beta, now you have the retail game, but there's more coming. So once you play the game for 2 weeks and you're insanely bored with it because you've unlocked everything, you better hold on to that game because you've got that code for that new monster. So people won't trade it in, the used game market won't be flooded with Evolve, and they'll make a lot of more money, right? Rather than people just buying used versions because everyone traded it in after a couple of days. That's their bullshit tactic. And there's so many companies now that are finding these tactics, reasons for you not to trade in the game. How many of these companies promise a DLC in the future, don't trade in the game, or keep the game and you'll play a game demo of another game 6 months from now? Why the fuck would I save a game that I beat 6 to 8 months to play a game demo for a game not coming out for a year and a half? It's a bullshit tactic. That's what this is. Oh, DLC monster, don't trade it in. That way there's no used copies of Evolve on the market, and no one else will be able to buy it used, and we'll make more money when people buy it new instead. It's bullshit. It's basically meant to trick the consumer. If you have this game and you don't like it, trade it the fuck in. It's your right. Don't wait for this hope of one monster that you think is going to redeem the game. It's not, okay? It's bullshit. One final thing I'll say about Evolve. The matchmaking can be wonky, and they're game bugs. Now, I only played it for 3 days, and I played it at launch. But immediately when I tried to do matchmaking with a party, people were dropping out of the party left and right. When you create a party of 4 players, right, it's supposed to be the hunters, you cannot select the monster. Basically, you're told, since you're matchmaking with friends, you have to be the hunters. It's a hunter team, and you can prioritize what you want to play as on the hunter team. I almost never got what I prioritized as. In fact, I always prioritized as support, and I got it once out of like 8 matches that we played. One match, I got the fucking monster. I'm like, I'm in a team, a match with my friends. We're communicating. I invited them. We're supposed to be the humans. They made me the monster. It doesn't even make sense. The matchmaking is kind of wonky, and people have been complaining about it this week, that if you try to play with friends, it can be wonky. And then, the unforgivable thing that I always get pissed off about, game bugs exist. Now, they're not horrible game-breaking, the game's destroyed because of it, but there was one match where I was playing, where it was the end of the match, where like the final minute of the match, and 3 of our team had been killed. It was going to be the monster versus support, and the good thing about support is support has a cloak. So the support guy could have went and hid, right? Until we all respawn and to come back and try to kill the monster. That's one of the main gameplay things in the game, is if most of your team's dead, try to survive until the respawn timer resets, and then they can respawn and you can maybe take on the monster again. Our support guy got stuck in an infinite animation where he was falling forward and flipping like a complete asshole. On his screen, he saw the entire game frozen, and it didn't unfreeze for him. It just stayed fucking frozen for like 5 minutes. He couldn't play, he couldn't move, he couldn't cloak, the monster couldn't find him, he couldn't find the monster because he couldn't move, so the monster said fuck it and went and destroyed the objective and won the match by default because the game glitched. $60. Only 3 monsters, only 12 characters that take a long-ass time of repetitive gameplay to unlock, only 12 maps, 4 game modes, and you're going to have a game-crippling fucking bug like that in your game? Fuck you, Turtle Rock. Seriously. Now I'm really disappointed, and here's why. I loved Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and those games got a lot of flack, those games got a lot of criticism, but you could play those games offline and online without needing a dedicated group of people who knew what they were doing. You could still play them with bots, and it was playable. Those games had campaigns. Yeah, even though, okay, well, it's just going through a series of survival maps against zombies, it did have a story that it ran through, and it had a conclusion at the end. It wasn't an amazing story, but it was fun, and the characters kind of had their own personalities, and there were jump scares. It was scripted and well written. This is the most simplistic fucking game you can make. Man versus monster. Kill, kill, fucking kill. It's like, dude, I'm a caveman and I wrote this idea in 5 billion BC on a fucking cave wall, and now they decided to make a game out of it. Doesn't mean it's a good game, alright? Again, it's fun if you're going to team up with friends who are communicating. It'll be fun for a limited time if you want to play as the monster by yourself until you realize how much you have to fucking replay the game to unlock the rest of the stuff. Once everything's unlocked after 15 to 20 hours of gameplay, what else are you supposed to do? Same with Titanfall, same with Destiny. Bullshit. Not worth $60. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying it's a bad $60 retail game. It's a ripoff. When this thing is half price, okay, 30 bucks, now I'll dish out and I'll play for 15 to 20 hours till I get bored with the game. Not the fuck now when all it is that limited amount of content for $60. Motherfucking ripoff. And you know, I could have spent this whole review talking about how there's $80 of DLC skins in the game, and that could have been the focus. It's not. Monster! Alright, sorry, the camera shut off as I expected was going to happen because I was going on so long, so I'll wrap it up. But the reason I didn't go on a tirade about the paid Day 1 DLC for the game is because it's all skins. Yes, there's always going to be someone who has to have every piece of content. Yes, there's going to be someone who's either stupid enough or rich enough that it doesn't matter. Their money's burning a hole in their fucking pocket. You know what they say, a fool is always easily parted with their money, or whatever the saying is. They're going to spend the 80-some extra dollars to get all the ridiculous amount of skins and maybe the few extra hunters that are available for the game for a ridiculous amount of money. But they don't really affect the game at all. It's not like they're buying overpowered weapons or anything like that. It's just a visual appearance of the game. And that, so for me, it's like everyone is complaining about the DLC and saying Day 1 DLC is bullshit with Evolve. I say, Is it stupid? Yeah, but just stay away from it and avoid it and don't spend your money on it and it won't affect you. What you should be pissed about is you paid $60 for a game that forces you to repetitively play it over and over to unlock shit that should be available at day one, and the only reason it's not is because they're padding the length of their game to make you keep it, and then they have a DLC monster that should be out now and isn't because they want you to keep the game and not trade it in. My recommendation is this. If you're looking for a game that's 4-player co-op, alright, with a little bit of variety because every once in a while you'll want to play as the monster. If that's your style of game, you're not looking for story, you're not looking for anything groundbreaking, nothing with substance, no artistic value, you're just looking for repetitive gameplay that's cooperative and fun with your friends, Evolve is the game for you. Just like Titanfall was last year, and just like Destiny was last year. But they weren't great games overall, because when you can spend $60 and get a game that lasts 2 months, I just finished freaking Dragon Age Inquisition, and no, not every game is as long as that, but when you can get that much content out of a $60 release, it really makes games like Evolve, their balls shrivel, alright? Giant grapefruit-sized balls shrivel down to little fucking raisins when they see that they can't give you enough content to support a $60 release, and because of the hype, and because of all the talk, and oh, it's the makers of Left 4 Dead, we're supposed to forgive that. No! As a smart consumer, don't fucking buy it for $60. Wait for the price to drop, or do a weekend rental, play it for a few days, enjoy it, and fucking get rid of it. Because this is not worth $60. It is a complete ripoff. It is a slap in the face to gamers again. I have to ask, in 2015, do we need fucking games like this? Or do we need to stand up and say, no, we demand more. We have next-gen consoles that can have massive amounts of artistic expression, story, writing, along with the gameplay. Give me hours and hours of content, not the same repetitive shit over and over, because I don't have the brain of a fucking walnut. I want some kind of a cool experience when I spend $60, not something that's so quick in little doses and you get addicted to it and that's it. And that's really where a lot of gaming is going. Look at the games that are becoming popular in this day and age, right? Destiny sold 5 bajillion fucking copies because they advertised the shit out of it. Most people say the game's shit, but the game sold because of bullshit. This is another one of those games. Fuck this game. Seriously. It's disrespectful. And the thing, I feel bad because it's not a bad game. It's just not a $60 game. It's dishonest to sell a game like this for $60. It is. And for me, again, a fan of Left 4 Dead, the fact that I love the alpha, and I said, gee, as long as they have enough monsters and content when it comes out of retail, I'll love it. It's a Game of the Year contender. All that shit went out the fucking window because it's bullshit. It's complete nonsense, and I can't believe that they actually did this and that people are fooled into buying this game because it's not worth $60, alright? So, overall, how do I rate Evolve, alright? As a game, it's overpriced and it's ridiculously, overvalued. It's not good for a $60 game. For a cooperative shooter fun style game, it's good. Again, that's what you're looking for, you might love this game. But how many people out of all the gamers on the planet are looking just for that, is the question. So I have to judge this based off of all the games that I've played recently, the incredible amount of content that's been in some of the games that I've played recently, and I have to say Evolve, unfortunately, giant grapefruit-sized balls shrivel down to raisins when you look at the scope of everything else that I've played in the past couple of years. It should not have come out the way it did. It should have way more content, and they should think more of gamers than to make you waste your fucking time, repetitively play shit you might not even like to unlock the rest of the content in the game to pad their game. If I wasn't bad, it's just not worth $60, and it is disrespectful and insulting to the gamer to charge them that much for it. I'm giving Evolve, if you are a fan of cooperative gameplay and that's what all you're looking for, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. But I'm not that person. I'm a person that wants more with my hard-earned dollar, right? I don't just throw my dollars away carelessly. I want to make sure that if I'm going to put $60 into a game, that I'm investing it into something that's going to stay with me, that I feel is worthwhile. And again, with all the games that I've played in the past couple of years, I really feel that this is a disrespectful slap in the face, just like Titanfall and Destiny were. Overall, I'm giving Evolve a 6.25 out of 10. For the masses, that's about what it's worth. It's not a terrible game. It actually has a little bit of innovation, but not a heck of a lot. And to be honest, I'm insulted that this game thinks that it deserves $60. I am. And I think that they should definitely be fucking held accountable for the fact that they're holding back content like the Behemoth because they think that that's going to extend the life of their game, and you shouldn't put up with that shit. You should be putting a stink up on social media and everywhere that this game doesn't fucking deserve 60 fucking bucks and no one should buy it at that price. And that's the goddamn hateful truth about that game, okay? Whew. Alright, everyone. Thanks very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the review and you found maximum truth and minimum bullshit where others might try to cloud their nonsense. I'm going to give it to you for real. I hope now that you know whether or not you'll want to make a decision and you have more of an educated, feeling about Evolve and whether or not you want to actually test it out and or buy it yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for another episode of The Hateful Truth. Peace out.